Top 10 Fate series fights. HATER versus True Assassin. Bro, is he supposed to be like the Grim Reaper or something?
First Heaven's Feel movie ends in a bang, giving us our first fight on the list, Ryder versus True Assassin. As the film draws to a close, it seems that Saber's master is doomed to suffer the same fate as many who cross True Assassin. Yeah, right. You think they'd kill the main character off. Surprisingly, help is on its way. Just as Shirou's about to be finished off by True Assassin, Ryder, of all servants, comes to the rescue. And this isn't the same Ryder as the one that was easily defeated earlier in the movie. This time, she's faster and more powerful than her previous incarnation, and she puts on a show with her chains before forcing a retreat out of True Assassin. Just how did a servant that was so weak become the one to save our protagonist? It's anybody's guess at that point, but those familiar with the story know that the answer is closer to Shirou than you would have expected.
Bro, I'm gonna keep you the bug. In this show, I feel like the servants, they shouldn't be servants. That don't even seem right. They make the servants seem like they Fairly Odd Parents or some shit.
Next up, we have Archer versus Lancer in Unlimited Blade Works. Everyone knows him for the jokes about him dying, but when you look at it from another perspective, Lancer's probably one of the strongest servants summoned in Fate Stay Night's Holy Grail War. He constantly falls victim to the biggest curse in anime while fighting, not being a main character. An even match battle quickly goes in Lancer's favor as he reveals that he is indeed taking it easy in their first confrontation. With all the shackles removed, Lancer proves to be without peer in combat, and Archer finds that out the hard way. Nevertheless, both combatants remain calm and collected as Lancer unleashes his noble phantasm, Gay Bolg. A full-powered Row IS barely protected Archer from the powerful noble phantasm. Maybe Gay Bolg secretly the most powerful noble phantasm in this war. Once you're hit by it, game over. The only way to survive it is to defeat Lancer beforehand. And speaking of defeating Lancer before he can use Gay Bolg,
oh my god. A touch of a fucking spear is blowing shit up, bro.
Next we have Lancer versus True Assassin. To be honest, I wouldn't consider this much of a fight, but more of a chase scene. A beautiful and cinematic chase fitting for a modern movie of the Fate franchise. Seeing a pattern with short, visually pleasing fights in Heaven's Feel? When you think about it, the eye test shows that Lancer has the fight against True Assassin won in all regards. He chases True Assassin throughout the city, and he outmaneuvers and overcomes all that True Assassin throws at him. Even with superior combat abilities, Lancer fails to catch True Assassin in time and is led to a confrontation with the shadow that's been haunting for Yuki City. Seeing the threat of this new enemy, Lancer attempts to use Gay Bolg, but is slain before managing to let loose the destructive noble phantasm. The fight is here to showcase the threat of the shadow and how a big player it is in the story. The look of disbelief on Lancer's face says it all. No way would True Assassin be able to defeat a servant of Lancer's caliber, but with the mysterious shadow by his side, masters and servants beware.
He got his heart taken. Like Biscuit from Hunter x Hunter. Now what is this, a 3v2?
Our next entry and
yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I gotta get this show a try because the abilities up in this motherfucker, that fucking hard as hell. Saber versus Lancer.
Fate Zero has the next great fight on the list, Saber versus Lancer. This fight isn't the first to feature Saber taking on Lancer in the Fate Zero timeline. Previously, Lancer always seemed to come out on top. However, the battles would always be interrupted, which results in a debatable draw. This time, Saber and Iris Veal confront Lancer for the last time, hoping to finish the duel between the servants and finally decide a winner. The two servants exchange blows as equals, and we see how much Saber values fighting with honor and a clear conscience. Unfortunately for her though, someone whose fate is tied to her doesn't share her ideals. Yep, that fight's cut short by Kiritsugu's intervention. He coerces Kenneth to use his command seal in order to force Lancer into committing suicide. With that, Lancer dies, cursing the Holy Grail, Kiritsugu, and the world. And it's such a shame that such a good fight ended in a tainted way. Then again, all's fair in love and war, and Kiritsugu's the embodiment of that saying. At 5, we have Saber Alter versus Berserker from the second Heaven's Feel movie. Midway through the second Heaven's Feel movie, Saber Alter manifests and has none other than Berserker as her first opponent. It's a key.
Hey, y'all let me know in the comments how many fucking episodes this got to it. Like, how many? I know this got a lot of series to it. Cause what in the world?
Rematch from the previous movie. This battle's big in a way that it shows how far Saber in this new form has come. After losing to Berserker in the original movie as her previous self, Alter proves to be more than what Berserker and his numerous lives can handle. Few can have physically besting Berserker as a claim to fame, but Alter does it and more. Seemingly unscathed by the raw power of Berserker, Alter finishes the fight with her new version of Excalibur. Overall, the fight might not be that exciting or tense as the next ones that we have on the list, but it's a visual treat.
Damn. What the fuck?
彼方にこそ栄えあり、届かぬからこそ挑むのだ。波動を歌い、波動を示す。この背中を見守る進化のために。
If there's a memorable moment in Fate Zero due to the sheer spectacle of it, this would be it. As the series approaches its end, we're treated to a final face-off between Ryder and Gilgamesh. After some words to his master, Ryder activates his noble phantasm and the fight's on. We once again get treated to the awesomeness that is Ionioi Hetairoi. Who could beat an entire army of soldiers forged by bonds and the spirit of the great conqueror? A red sword. That's what. Despite having his reality marble wiped by Gilgamesh's Enuma Elish, Ryder charges on. Enduring blade after blade from the gate of Babylon, Ryder's sheer willpower keeps him going. It's glorious for Ryder. Not a lot can force respect out of Gilgamesh, but here he's finally recognized as a worthy opponent to the King of Heroes. Opening our top 3 is Gilgamesh versus Shirou. Honestly, I'm tempted to put this fight higher just because of the sheer spectacle of it. This fight, in the climax, is largely one of the reasons why I like Unlimited Blade Works so much, even with the problems it has. After seeing how big of a Karma Houdini Gilgamesh ended Fate Zero as, it feels so satisfying to see him find his match in not the strongest of servants, but a boy who just really wants to be a hero of justice. Using Unlimited Blade Works, Shirou manages to match Gilgamesh's sword blow by blow. As he admits, this tactic would be useless against the mightiest servants, but against the arrogant theme jamming in the background, this fight is a must-watch. If you want something to convince you to watch Unlimited Blade Works, this is it.
Oh shit. Right in half, bruh. What the fuck?
In a close race not the boy in front of him, but the ideals that would soon turn that boy into the cynic that he knows. In the end, it's the stronger will that triumphed in this battle.
Bro got that,
Refusing to give in to
Sage of
Archer's
Six
taunts,
pass power,
Shirou
bro,
holds his
except
ground in
with
his
sword.
beliefs and grabs the victory that he should never have gotten. So did you guess which fight made it to the #1 spot on our list? Yep, that's right. Kirei versus Kiritsugu from Fate Zero takes the #1 spot. With Kirei versus Kiritsugu, we have an unorthodox fight for anime standards. With the past entries, we've been treated to amazing reality
human, ain't
marvels,
it?
excellent swordsmanship, and loads more. However, this fight needs no such useless fireworks. Kirei and Kiritsugu battle it out as foils, two people who are cut from the same mold, pragmatic monsters who are beyond right or wrong in their personal crusades. Everything in the fight is what you'd expect for a final battle between two masters, given Fate Zero's stellar reputation. Fluid fight choreography and brilliant strategizing highlight the rather short
These fights, they look lit as fuck. So hey, I'm about to give this a try for real.